on your best behaviour.
You looking, bro?
That's right, yeah, we've got about 4 hours.
Nope. I'll get it clean before then.
Sweet. What do you want? You want it in there? Okay, send it through and we'll get it in.
Josh's got it.
Okay. Well, you want it done into a poster? You have to pay me. Is it an Antarctic jellyfish? I'll see what I can do.
Okay, good morning all. Morning everyone. Matt Watson here with the Marine Stewardship Council, soon to be hopefully graduate from the National Seafood Industry Leadership Programme 2017. Welcome to Canberra, thanks for your time this morning. In the room today, you've got a diverse bunch of seafood graduates as well. We cover a range of industry interests, from the catch sector through to the NGOs and everyone in between. What we're here today is to hear about your stories about unity within our industry. Any case studies you can give us through your presentations or the Q&A session that will follow. The Q&A session will be hosted by Asha, will be greatly appreciated. So we've been on a bit of a journey for the last 8 months as part of this programme. Started in Darwin, feels like a long time ago, when we were very green and new to the idea of leadership. Since then we've all matured nicely, I think, and we've come collectively together with a vision and mission statement, and we look forward to discussing that with you today. And if you're around tomorrow for the interrogation session, we'll be there for that too. So I'll introduce you to our panel today. They're going to have 10 to 15 minutes to talk about who they are and that discussion around unity. Martin Exel will be first, and he's a General Manager of Austral Fisheries. He's been with the company since 1997 and primarily focused on their Patagonian toothfish operations down in the Southern Ocean. Alison Penfold is currently consulting for the National Farmers Federation, and she'll be talking about unity in industry, previously an advisor to the Fisheries Minister. And Philippa Woodhill has also come very gratefully from the Australian Rural Leadership Foundation, and again, he's going to be talking about leadership and what we can achieve by listening to these stories about case studies within leadership examples. So without any further ado, Martin, if you don't mind taking the stage and giving us a bit of a talk through.
Cool. Thank you, Matt. Now, technologically, I'm seriously challenged. There you go, Jill.
Turn on the side, there's a
I
on-off
thought
button,
you already
and
turned
then
it
the black,
on, Jill.
yeah, and then the black button.
See how epic fail, how not to start your presentation. Now the button
That's
says
it.
that's my name. I can't sit down and talk, but I'm just one of those people. I'm sorry about that. First off, thank you all for putting up with me already. It's really nice to be here. It's fabulous to be here with a couple of other speakers. I got a whole lot of questions, as I'm sure we all did, in terms of who we are and what we do and so forth. And I'll try and give you a quick 5 minutes or so of who's Martin Exel, why in God's name should you listen to me anyway, and then some of my ideas in terms of the industry unity and so on and so forth. I think first off though, Austral Fisheries. Who is Austral Fisheries that I work for? We have head office in Perth. We operate 3 longline vessels out of Mauritius that fish in those 2 green dots down the bottom, one around Bird Island and McDonald Islands, and one around Macquarie Island. And then we have across on the top there 10 boats based in Cairns that fish the northern prawn fishery. We've got an office in Brisbane, which is basically distribution and sales. A small, very small, tiny, minuscule import and domestic sales business in Sydney. We have a loan operator in Melbourne who runs around and tries to sell fish to whoever will buy it. And me down there right at the bottom in Hobart, and I work out of my home. So I get to walk to work every day. We're going down the steps, turn right, and there I am. And that is really good if you like talking to dogs, which I do all day. And my cat, which is really kind of scary. Who the hell am I? I know it's a terrible slide, but when I started looking at who am I thought, geez, I need to explain who the hell am I, where I come from. I did a Bachelor of Science degree in New Zealand. I spent 3 years commercial fishing straight after that, both in New Zealand and Australia. And I did a year of graduate diploma at the Maritime College in fishing gear technology. I got a grant while I was doing that fisheries technology course from the government, which led me to end up going and working for the Department of Agriculture as a gear technologist. Best job in the world, because I travelled all around Australia helping people set up fishing gear on their boats. I got to meet people, I got to understand different fishing operations, etc. That moved into log books, tuna management. AFMA got set up, I was the general manager of fisheries there. And one day, I looked at the fisheries and I said, I'm so sick of Rule 21ZZD subparagraph 3 saying I can't do it. I'm mad, I've got to go. So I left. I went looking for a midlife crisis, travelled around Australia for about 3 months, fishing myself senseless, catching barra and everything else. And one day, this bloke rang me up from Austral Fisheries and said, do you want a job? 19 years later, I'm still in the job. I went over to Darwin. I think that was it. Murray offered to meet me in Darwin, and there was some really good barra fishing happening at that point, so flew into Darwin and went barra fishing. But anyway, took the job. Fabulous opportunity. I'm still currently on the IMAS board. I've been there 5 years, and that's sort of getting a bit marginal in my terms for how long I want to stay on boards and things like that. I was the chair of the task force for United Seafood Industries. Awesome result, you would have all heard this morning, we got over 500 grand. Past year of the Coalition of Legal Toothfish Operators, which is 39 companies, 13 countries around the globe. Past year and board member of the Commonwealth Fisheries Association. Love my recreational fishing, been doing really well in the competitions. But there is a sort of, if you're a statistician, you'll notice the first year we went in it, we won. The second year we came second. This year we're coming fourth. There's a message in that for me. I'm not taking it at the moment, but it's a worry. Most of all, I'm passionate about fishing, fisheries, and fish. And I suppose that's really the thing for me. When you're passionate about something, to me, that must be a hedgehog. And I'll explain that. If you haven't caught up with Good to Great, which is a book written by Jim Collins, he said it best. Fox, wily, cunning, smart, eats lots of things. One thing it can't get is a hedgehog. Why? Because a hedgehog is awesome at one thing, protecting itself. Rolls into a ball, fox can't get it. And we use this in Austral in our strategic planning. There's 3 circles. I only think in 3s, right? And number 1, what are you deeply passionate about? Me? Fish, fisheries, environment, and fishing. What can you be the best in the world at? Again, me personally, working with people, collaborating, creating environmental sustainability, etc. What drives the economic engine? Security of access rights, profitability, falls smack bang in the middle of the whole thing. And so that makes me pretty much ideal in terms of the hedgehog concept. We use it at Austral, it works for people. Think about what you do. I get up in the morning and think, shit hot, I'm up, I'm alive, work. That's fun. And that's really important. The fish business is like that. It really is like that. So then latest achievements. Global fisheries transformed. Trust me, I didn't do that on my own. But 13, 15, 17, 18 years ago, started the journey, David, myself, and then Murray France, working with Marine Stewardship Council, working with governments, working with conservation groups to transform the way that fisheries are managed in toothfish. Gone from killing hundreds of thousands of seabirds to nearly none in the entire Southern Ocean. Lowest illegal catches in 20 years. All of the fisheries are now sustainable or recovering. Again, didn't set out to do that. That's all happened. MSC, thanks Matt, and Monterey Bay Aquarium have certified over 60% of fisheries already as well managed, etc. And I can tell you from personal experience, having spoken to every single seafood chooser of any note in the world about toothfish, that every single one of them now rates toothfish as either okay, or if they have some sort of philosophical objection, they've removed it, except Greenpeace. You can't please everyone, right? And apologies if anyone's from Greenpeace in here, it's not a problem. I accept you can't please everyone. Biggest achievement for me in the toothfish thing was Sea Shepherd collaboration. I was horrified when Sea Shepherd came up and we were at a Senate inquiry, and the guys came and they sat down beside me and they said, we're going to run a campaign in the Southern Ocean against toothfish. And I'm I nearly died on the spot, right? Because I've got mates in the railing, I've got mates in the tuna game, everybody knows sea shepherd, this is going to be a disaster. I talked to the conservation groups that I knew, the new sea shepherd, etc. They all said, keep away, don't ignore them, don't touch them, they're rabid, they're going to really create a disaster. And so I did what I always do, which is ignore all the advice and went and started working with sea shepherd. Communicate. Sat down, talked to them, planned it out, strategised. One exception was a really robust exchange with Paul Taylor. Paul, should can't remember his name, Watson, thank you, at the very start. And they actually got put up on a website, 1 million people against sea shepherd, which was kind of cool. But sea shepherd put it on their website too. And then I thought, shit. And then we ended up working together. Our boats went and helped provision their boats while they were chasing illegal fishers. We had joint press releases, we had photo shoots together. They did not bag out legal tooth fishing at any point in their entire campaign. 2 years of brand. Astounding. Former Combo Chair, former CFA Chair, former CFA Board Member. What a great achievement from my perspective. The biggest problem we often see is people staying in the same role for too long. And when you're in those sort of roles, that's a real challenge. I know of individuals who've been chair of organisations for 35 or 40 years. It's a recipe for disaster. So get in, make a contribution, move on, let some new blood get in there. Task Force goes without saying, that was an awesome thing. And then Carbon Neutral Austral was our Austral's most recent thing. And that, quite frankly, got the "are we mad" response from everyone we know. How in God's name did we get there? It's too complicated, but essentially, how do we get to carbon neutral? Because we believe in and are passionate about our fisheries. We believe that the biggest threat to our fish and our fisheries is climate change. So we sat down a couple of years ago and we said, well, what are we going to do about it? Tell you what, we can't hold hand on heart and say we are caring and worrying about sustainability if we are contributing dramatically to climate change. Talked to all these different groups, we've done loads and loads and loads of work, and we offset our carbon usage for the entire Southern Ocean fleet, for the 10 boats across the north, for the officers, for me to fly here to this meeting, for distribution of all of the products we purchase. And in fact, we're working with restaurateurs in the United States, Dubai, and a number of other places to actually get them to carry it right through from where we stop until on the restaurant. So what? Who gives the rates? That's the clue. Again, I only think in threes, okay? And the three things that are really important to our business and to me and to us are people, planet, profit. And if you don't have those three things intersecting, then you're not a hedge shop, number one. And number two, something's going to go out of sync. You're going to cop crap from somebody. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're not dealing with the people, if you've got a whole workforce that think you're a rogue, a vagabond, etc., what are you going to get? Shocking results. You're not going to make a profit. The benefits in terms of the planet, clearly the planet needs help. If all you do is you click on the button at Qantas or Virgin or whatever and say, yeah, I'll offset my next flight, at least you're doing something. Profit is always going to be challenging with something like carbon neutral. Exactly the same thing happened to us when we were the first company in the world to sign up with MSC. Unilever and WWF said, really? You want to sign? Okay, no problem. Signed up, got all the certificates, stuck it on the wall, fabulous. Everyone thought we were insane. People still think eco-labelling by third-party certification is a bad idea. I'm here to tell you, profitable, sensible, builds collaboration, helps communication, isn't necessarily a brilliant idea because it does take away from government, etc. But it does work when you put all those three things together, and it gives you a really good opportunity. We ended up certified branded products in the market. I won't go into all of that. So what I wanted to do was to talk today about what does it mean being united. We are not lemmings. Being united to me does not mean you're all the same. It doesn't mean get a whole group of people together and all have one single view, because that's not reality. You all are individuals, everybody is diverse, We all compete with each other. That's the strongest bloody thing that holds the seafood industry together. We're all competitors. Doesn't matter whether you're a commercial fisherman, a recreational fisherman, a line fisherman versus a net fisherman, a scientist versus a fisherman. You know, everybody is part of the seafood industry. It is really special. So for me, being one and united means relish being part of the seafood industry. Relish who we are. We're awesome. As a group, we are truly powerful in society. We are producing fish for society. The problem is how does it happen for an industry association? My experience is that only ever happens for an industry association at a crisis point. And Brandoline's law is so true. Right? When that guy, Brandolini's a scientist, I don't know, he's just got a really sick sense of humour that I appreciate. And to me, having sat through, as chair of CFA, the first super trawler debate, and sat there with the minister, and the minister's looking at me and he's saying, Martin, you have to get the entire seafood industry to agree to this because it's going to go down in a pile of poo. And I'm looking at him going, Minister, I can't do a thing, it's not going to happen. This is just not true. But it doesn't matter. So for an industry association, the first thing that needs to happen is, in my view, generally a crisis. It'd be wonderful if you all sit there and say, no, it's going to happen because we all want to be together and warm and fuzzy and altruistic, but not my experience, unfortunately. Not going to last. It's like my fishing rules. Never leave fish, and never leave fish. It can only last if you keep on at it. You've got to keep on at it long and hard. The current industry peak body thing that we've been dealing with, I think is my 5th attempt at trying to work with others to create a peak body. And communicate. See, I did think it through. Shit, that was not intended, sorry. Means listen as well as talk. I don't come across as a good listener, that's because I'm not. But I've got mates that are, and it really does make a big difference, right? They're much clearer than I am, but I love talking. Never ever give up. The old frog and stork, and it's so true. It's the only way to make it through, and that comes from the passion. That comes from the drive and the enthusiasm. But the question, the classic question that was asked was, are we actually being fooled? Unity can be achieved. Should we say the emperor has no clothes? In other words, should we actually say to the emperor, you got no clothes? I actually rephrase that question just because that's what I do. And I'll put it another way. I actually wanted to ask, what do you, as part of the seafood industry, want to see? Rather than anything else. Do you want to see a naked emperor, or do you want to see a passionate hedgehog? And to me, that's what it's all about, being a passionate hedgehog. Thank you very much. I look forward to it.
Thanks a lot, Martin. Yeah, I'd like to introduce Alison Penfold to the stage.